Good morning, welcome back to casa.texpina. We're on build day number 222. 222. Used to be a breakfast special last place we were living. Anyway, yeah, the general labor crew's here. We got all our electricians on site. So everybody's very gamefully employed. Let's walk around and show you where everybody's at this morning. So let's get started. Alrighty, so starting on the outside, we got Mr. Ferdy putting in the furring strips up here above the front porch so we can put our ceiling up here. That's what he's working on today. Mr. Ricky is still skim coating our posts and walls so we can start painting out here on the fence line soon. And coming around the side, oh, he walked away on me. Mr. Lloyd is continuing with the painting of the exterior wall, so I'm expecting probably today we'll get around here to the back side of the house today. And there is a third painter on the exterior of the building. I lost him somewhere. Mr. JR is out here painting as well. Let's go ahead and look into the garage area. Hey, we've got Tone. They're starting to wire the main panel on the other side of the garage area. So when you hear it tone, they know they've got something connected. And our two varnishers are busily sealing and filling our doors this morning. And they're continuing to work with those. As you can see, their pile is going down slowly, steadily. Let's go ahead and move on in. The dirty kitchen is getting painted. Mr. Joe is taking care of that. A little skim coat and paint, make sure it's all painted nicely. Mr. Allen is continuing with the a little bit of trim work on our kitchen cabinets. And then our three electricians are busy today. So we've got Mr. Cho, Chucks, and Kerwin, and these two are installing lights, and Mr. Cho is running the wires for the switches to and from the main panel. Also in here in the front, Mr. Stanley is continuing with the wall paint for the inside, as well as some of the walls here around the main front door. So around the main front door is where he's working at. Also, back here in the bedroom number 3, Mr. Alex is putting door trim, door casing inside the closet. Interesting touch. All right, our Tyler, Mr. Jojo, and Mr. Ramos are here. They're working on the transition strip that's going to go between the driveway out to the road. So they're going to chip it out and make it all straight down the edge so that it's all the same width right down this edge here, and then they're going to fill it back in with concrete. So it has a good smooth transition from the tile out to the road. Coming on in, we're putting more sealant. Yes, Babo CR. So this is for the bathroom upstairs in the media room. I like this one. It's got a nice tiger stripe, right down the middle. Look like back of a tiger. Nice wood grain. And Mr. Henry over here is sanding down the filler that he put in earlier this morning and making sure everything's all good and ready for the next stage. Let's go see what's going on inside. Still working on painting, putting in the flat latex paint there, getting the basic white. This is the dirty kitchen. And coming into the living room, you see the design continue around from the Four Seasons on this side, and they put in the same molding here at the end of the cabinet countertop. So Mr. Allen is continuing to work now with the that same molding, and he's using it to do the design here on the base of the Greek columns that we're putting in. So all four sides are going to have that similar design. So it's going to continue from the kitchen into the living room area. And we're working the electricians. We've got all three here working lights and switches in the foyer area as Mr. Stanley patiently works the paint around them, putting in where he can put in the paint. All right, our window installers have returned today. They will be completing the job of putting in a couple of hardware for the locks and repairing a broken window. So we had one that while it was getting put in, you can see where the small crack is. So they have come back out to fix that. We're putting the remaining screens that we had for the living room area, and we'll show you that here in just a moment as soon as I can get to it. Let's go walk through the house. Welcome to casa.texpina. We've got tunes all over, so they're going to put the screens up here and the remaining the remaining locking hardware throughout the rest of the house. So quick, easy repair for these. What they do is they pop the frame out from the outside. They'll replace the glass and then put the frame right back in. So it's these little pieces here, push right back in. It's just like it was brand new. What happened was they had a small right there, they had a small screw come through, and when it hit the glass, it popped the glass. So that's what we're looking at, and that's what their young man down there at the bottom is getting ready to replace. Quick and easy. And for the fun part here in the stairwell, Mr. JR has the fun job today. He's doing all the trim in the corners. So he's painting the corners so that when they get ready to do the wall paint with the rollers, they don't have to worry about getting too close to the corners up there. So that's what Mr. JR is working on so precariously. That was quick, about as fast as I got out here. You already put it back together. Put the glass in, push the pieces back in for the frame. You never know it was there. And they're gonna do a little bit of caulking and it's all done. Very quick, easy to switch out the glass panels. And the other thing we're working on this afternoon or this morning is making sure to go ahead and finish sealing all the windows. So we're sealing these inside and out with a silicone sealant. That's what they're putting into the corners. Getting a good smooth bead. Pushing it the rest of the way in. And then they'll go on the inside and do the same thing from the inside out. You can see here. So let's show you a before and an after. So this is the gaps going before. It's fairly tight fit, but obviously not weather or waterproof. So what they're going to do is come back with the silicone sealant and the caulking gun and seal all this in. And now the finished product. Squeezed in. Looks good. Watertight from the outside. Then they're going to go around on the inside and do the same thing. Alright, we're getting started with some tiling this afternoon for the sidewalk. Going out the service gate near the garage. Still working on door trim, door casing. still working on prepping doors, so we're sanding again. So they put sealer on it, now they're sanding again. And we're still doing fill and sanding. Okay. And our window guys are still here. They're putting in the screens and door locking hardware, as well as some caulking, the silicone sealant around the corners to make it watertight inside and out. Our painting along the back of the house now. So Mr. Lloyd here tells me these couple of walls here will take him until Friday, so that's another day and a half, or actually 2 more days. So today's Wednesday, Bali Day. So Thursday and Friday, and the exterior will be done with its first coat of paint, which means we should be able to start contacting the landscapers soon and have them start coming out to get working on this. Woohoo! Little step. And we're getting pin lights put in the bedroom number 3 now. These guys are moving on the pin lights. As they say in Kapapang, Mabalacat. All right, here in the living room, Mr. Allen's still working on our Greek columns. So we've got the frames put in, or the design put in on the bottom. He's getting ready to do column number 2. And Mr. Stanley over here is continuing to paint the living room walls. So as you can see, we've got the light gold, and he's continuing with these and doing some of the trim down there. You see where we got a little bit of overspray from the gray baseboards, so he's providing that. A little extra support. And our window guys are starting to wrap up. And here in the master bath area, our plumbers are back today. We're getting our shower installed. As always, good to see these guys come back. That means we're getting closer to the finish. And also in the master's bath area, we've got 2 of our painters, Mr. Gel and Mr. JR, that are doing macias, prepping the cabinets. All of the cabinets down here and the large linen cabinet, getting it prepped for paint. So they're putting the macias on it to help fill in the grain, and it'll be ready for paint probably as early as tomorrow. All right, we're starting to get electrical panels in the, breakers in the panel. So that's a good step in the right direction. Using multimeter to help get tone, so they know they've got the right set of wires, because this is a lot of wires to be able to tell the difference from. Okay, we got one that's already done, ready to go here. There we go. So we got a wire from the ground to the frame. This frame gets screwed into the panel box, or to the outlet box, and this goes into the metal outlet, thereby grounding it to the house. Then we have a spot on the back for a load wire and a hot wire, or at least that's how they describe it. We'll watch him. Bala. We'll watch Mr. Chokes put in the next one. Put the wires up to the side, all the excess. And we have 2 wires. So it's 2-wire system, 1 load, 1 hot. How's that? Back of the panel, clicks into place. Same thing with the other wire. Once we have it clicked in place, push everything in the hole and screw it in place. get the other one in place. So these got sliders so that they can help move the outlet up or down, left or right, twist it a little bit until they get it just right. This is just the basic outlet. We did opt for the 3-prong universal style. So this will take the 2-prong round from Europe or Korea, the 2 slotted from US and Philippines and Japan, also the 3-prong from the US. And then the next thing he's going to do is put a faceplate over it. And it'll look like that. So they came to pick up the 1-bag mixer and some of the empty paint buckets that we haven't been using. So these will be new buckets for the bucket brigade at another location. All right, wrapping up the end of the day out here. Mr. Stanley and Mr. Ricky are sanding down all of the skim coating they've been working on. They're prepping that for paint soon. Hopefully paint soon. And Mr. Edmund has been busy today grouting our front porch, our front walkway here. So now these are, we have been leaving 0 gaps, so very, very tiny gap. So the little bit of grout that they're pushing in will be helpful along the way. All right, some of our guys are working right up to the last minute. Mr. Ferdy here is still hanging furring strips and supports from the purlins up on the roof line. Down to give support for the furring strips that are going to hold the fiber cement board ceiling panels. So that's what we should be using there. So we'll see some more of that tomorrow. All right, it's yabba dabba do time. We're going to head out into the day. You guys are going to start heading home. If y'all liked what you saw today, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the casa.texpina star right over here, and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen, and you'll be notified of our next video upload for your viewing pleasure. So until we see you tomorrow, have a great afternoon, and God bless.